Hey everybody, it's Eddie J on CryptoForGrowMyBag.tv. I hope you're having a good one. What's good, what's good, what's good? Whew. So tonight's poll question, I told you Friday Night Flips, we're not really going to have poll questions unless there's a special reason. So tonight's poll question is simply, have you invested in yourself today? Yes, no, I promise to do it today. That's what's up. So, let's get to the news first. German authorities have seized $37.4 million in Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Monero from a shuttered crypto exchange, Exchange X, following an investigation into illegal operations, including unlicensed trading and money laundering. You think? Unlicensed trading? Yeah. That was one of those kind of exchanges. I wonder how come they didn't do it on the dark web. You know what I mean? Like, how come that didn't work? But whatever. Hey, it happens. So they got caught out there. Inferno Drainer, a malware, has returned, stealing $9 million from over 130,000 crypto wallets in 6 months, primarily through phishing attacks that trick users into approving malicious transactions. Do your own research. Know your entries and exits, and absolutely invest deliberately. Security is a part of the knowledge that you must have. Whether you be a business or an end user, you must have security practices in place. If you didn't do the transaction, why would you be approving that? So imagine how good those phishing attacks must be in this day and age. I mean, you can create an incredibly realistic phishing attack, right, using AI. Which means that you must be more diligent. That's why I'm bringing this to you. We must all be more diligent in how we manage our projects. Who said, I promise to do it today? I want to know. I'm not going to chastise you, but I want to know. What else do we have? Solidus Labs reports that 46% of tokens... Hey, Felix. Thank you for letting me know. Because, no, I don't want to hear what happened was, young man. I don't want to hear what happened was. Solidus Labs reports that 46% of tokens launched in the past year on platforms like Pump.Fun were scams. So if your coin launched on one of those platforms and you leveraged those bots, I automatically think you're a scam. I automatically think you are a scam. If I see fake news articles, okay, about your coin and it's all over the place, I automatically think you're a scam. If my YouTube channel gets inundated with fake posts about your coin, you are a scam. Period. I don't even think about it. It would have to be that, two people I know are in a conversation about a coin. That's not what's going on here. I get emails like, oh my gosh, I came across, you have such great content. It's freaking awesome. I'd like to share with you a coin that I'm interested in. And it's this one. And then another email that's similar. And then another email that's similar. And then another. Yeah, scam. Had one of those today. I don't want to say the name because I don't want you guys to go look it up. You know what? I didn't look it up, so I want to go look it up. I just need to know. I did not look it up this morning. Wow. It's not even on CoinMarketCap. It's not even on CoinMarketCap. So I think it's a phishing attack. And And I'm like, yeah, I'm not playing with that. I have financial reports I need to turn in by the end of today. I'll do it afterwards. I have my eye on. I have no idea what that is. Just delete it. I'm not even going to say the name. I will not say the name. Delete it. Not paying attention to it whatsoever. But this one happened to be. It's not even on here. It's not on CoinMarketCap. It's not on CoinMarketCap. The one that you mentioned, Felix, is on CoinMarketCap, but it's I hate to say it, but it is a pump.fun coin. Yeah, I won't mess with it. Not at all. And here's something that you have to be worried about. Be careful when you do that, because there are a couple of fakes in there. I'm looking at them right now. They're not just a couple. There are a few. So be careful. That's one thing. If you're going to muck around with some of these things, you have to be careful about what's out there. If you're doing these meme coins, on different platforms and stuff like that, if you're going to invest, note the contract ID. Because what happens is somebody go, oh man, that's a really cool name. I'm going to copy it and confuse people, and I'll make money on the confusion. And even worse, I'm looking at it right now. Even worse, I'm not just going to make money on the confusion. I'm going to add to that confusion, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy your logo. I'm going to copy your name. I'm going to copy everything except for your contract number, your contract ID. So yeah, be careful. Be extremely careful. Extremely, extremely careful. You invested in yourself today. That's right. That's what's up. Thank you for letting me know. I know nothing about it. Nothing. Nothing at all. Sorry. Know nothing about that one. I try to answer, but I don't. It doesn't pop up at all. Yeah. I'd be careful. Real-time payroll, like what? Like ADP? Like Cash App? Like, what do you mean? Like for me, it's when somebody tells me about a coin, okay? And they say, "Oh, this is what it's all about." But you made one mistake. You didn't tell us what the coin market cap is for it. I mean, what the market cap is for it, and what's the coin market cap ranking. But when somebody tells me about a coin, I want to know, well, what do they do? You did tell us what it does, or what the project says they do. So I look at that and I also go, okay, great. So you're a project, or you're a coin, and you do this. Is there anybody that's not a coin that does that? Like, are you a business that's trying to leverage a coin to try to make money? And that makes me think, are you actually, like, what are you? What do you really do? You know what I mean? So yeah, I start looking at things in that kind of way. Yeah, ADP does the same thing. So like for contract workers and stuff like that, like the guys that you pick up at the gas station, to do some construction work. Yeah. I'd be wondering about that. Because do I actually need a coin dedicated to that? There are tons of other coins that I could do that with. There are services I can use that I could do that with. So I break down the business the problem that it's solving. Right? It's a good question though. It's a good question. But yeah, I break down what it is that they're trying to solve. Is there a non-crypto business, a non-Web3 business that does the same thing? excuse me, what would be the barrier for entry for an ADP to already be doing that? They do. An ADP, a Paychex. There are so many payroll companies that are out there. So I would start breaking it down like that. I would absolutely start breaking it down like that. Doesn't mean that you can't make money, but it does mean I'm going to. Yeah, that last comment. Yeah, I'd have to dig in deep on that. If I had interest in it, I would be like, oh, I'm going to look hard at that. Right? Greetings, Turtle Bitcoin, Jetpack Joe, not a problem. Because if you say you work with a company, I want to hear that company say they work with you. See what I mean? That's what I want. I want that company to tell me they work with you. Because then I can believe it. Or was it a mutual press release? I want to see things like that when I hear that, oh, we work with them. And you know what? And then I'd be thinking about, well, why would I work with this company? And if they're working with ADP, I would think that would be enough to get them listed on a real exchange. There are certain things you'd be like, well, we're working with, So I'd be thinking about that. Just looking to see if I missed anything. Chicano, what's up, dog? No, it doesn't look like I missed anything. All right, what else do we have? Oh yeah, Hutanic, what's up, man? Yeah, he answered that. Or she. I don't know what. Jetpack answered that question. What do you mean back to base? What you mean back to base, bruh? It's above. It's at 103.70. 103.64.54. If you want to be, just saying. So yeah, there's, when I look at projects, a lot of projects are companies trying to, add that crypto thing to themselves or the AI thing to themselves. But are you really? And the bigger question is it necessary? So when it's sort of like when I'm on, when I look at metaverse stuff, because I'm on the Metaverse Standards Forum, when we look at metaverse stuff, it's, are you really solving a problem? What are you really doing? What's really the purpose? Is it something that people want, or is it something that people didn't know they wanted? I didn't know I wanted that sunroof. Damn, that was a good idea. Remember back in the day, you got the sunroof and it was just a sunroof? And then somebody else came up with, oh, here's the sunroof and here's a shade in case you don't want it open because it's sunny out. Yeah. I never knew that I wanted keyless entry until I got keyless entry. Remember when Ford came out with, your button entry? I use that all the time, taking the kids out, to the pool or something else like that. I could leave everything in the car and we could just go in our trunks over there and just boop, boop, boop to get back in the car. Yeah. That was the big deal. So I'm looking for things like that. And I want to know, are you actually a business? Because if you're a business and you're just tacking on this other stuff, I don't know that. I don't know. I want to get in bed with you. Yeah. I don't think I want to do business with that kind of business. Now, if you're a business and, AI or crypto or whatever technology you're trying to implement is actually a core function of your business, it's a necessary function of your business. Oh, okay. All right. But you mean tell me that ADP doesn't have systems or can't create systems on the fly that can pay out in Bitcoin? I mean, I'm not harping on this particular project. I'm using this project as an example of how we would break things down in terms of, should I be investing in this? In other words, I'm educating myself. Because remember, what I say to you guys, I'm remembering myself. I'm reminding myself that, oh, I'm supposed to do this. Oh yeah, I'm supposed to do that. Oh, I missed this thing that I'm supposed to do on the list, because there's a list of things that I'm supposed to look at before I go any deeper. At every level that I'm looking at something, I need to go look at something. And then your market cap or your ranking, the higher the number of your ranking, the deeper I must go with the research. And there comes a point where I'm just going to be like, oh yeah, that's too far down for me. That's too far down for me. I'm not. Those micro caps, yeah. I start thinking about that. That's why I love GMB. Super critical. It makes me have to think and answer these questions. Sometimes, and let me tell you something. It's me too. It's me too. And sometimes, I research something. Ando is a perfect example. I researched it. I said it was fine. I was gonna do a deal. I was gonna, go get a bag. Something else came up. I did it. And when I went back to go do it, my gut said, there's nothing wrong. There was nothing wrong. But my gut said, So I wound up going to get something else. And turns out that something else did better for me than Ando did. So that's how I look at it. Dubs dollars. What's going on? Hutanic, what did I miss? What is the 200 moving average on BTC? I only have the free trading view. Yeah, no, you could literally put that on. Hold on a second. Let me flip over, bro. Actually, stay with me because I gotta open it up. That wasn't something I was planning on doing. The video might blip because you know how it is. So let me share my screen. Boop, boopy doop. All right. So if you know me, your 200 moving average is the orange one. The yellow one is the 20-day. So your 200 is at 98,514. 98,514 is what I have. And yeah, I do track that as well. So notice how we popped up. We're above that previous ceiling that we had a long time ago just before we hit the new all-time high. And then there you go. So we're moving laterally at the moment. Moving laterally. No problem, bro. No problem. That's how we roll. Let's take that off. All right. So yeah, you just try to break it down. And let me tell you something. Sometimes I miss out on opportunities. And sometimes I dodge a bullet. 9 times out of 10, I'm dodging a bullet. 99 times out of 100, I'm dodging a bullet. Again, on the rare, Ando was not dodging a bullet, and it also was not missing an opportunity. It was, I was going to create a slot for Ando and decided, my gut was like, oh, you have to do this. Basically, my gut said, squirrel. I started looking at the squirrel. So I went, did what I did, came back, and then my gut was kind of like, And then months down the road, you sit there and you're kind of like, damn, Ando's doing well. But then I got into something else by the name of Sui. I put extra money in Sui, and, well, see what I mean? So I know I say this every night, several times a night. Do your own research, know your entries and exits, and absolutely invest deliberately. Do those 3 things. It's a huge help. A huger than huge help. Dubs dollars, you're most welcome. I mean, if you guys want to leave me a tip, I'm happy about that too. But yeah, you want to look at everything that's going on so that you kind of start to get a feel for how you invest in yourself. What helps you understand how a coin or project is working, right? How you consume data, how you determine what data you want for your evaluation process. It's called a risk management framework. Buy the book. Yeah, it's on that ecosystem, but it is kind of funny though. Yeah, I do find it to be kind of funny. Very funny. Rick Ritchie. Rick Ritchie thinks it's interesting to him. Could be. Could be. It's going to take a lot for me to get interested in something. I'm harsh. I'm harsh. When I break things down, I'm harsh. I'm like harsh. I had a rule I broke. Don't buy new coins in the bull market. I bought SUI at $5 from FOMO. Lesson learned. I have a similar rule, but my rule is don't buy when it first comes out. Unless you really do like the roller coaster ride with blindfolds. Not the roller coaster ride where you can see when you're about to drop. No, not that one. I mean, with blindfolds on, getting on a roller coaster. Survive that. If you like that kind of thing, and there are people out there that like that kind of thing. If you like that kind of thing, go on. But if you don't think you can stomach that, yeah, that's my rule. It's not that I won't buy it during a bull run. I will not buy it when it first comes out. Because it could shoot up. I mean, Hutanik and I, all of us have been here where we've seen this coin was so high before, its all-time high is up there. That means it could do it again. Nuh-uh. That's not what it means. That's not what it means. When it first came out, it shot up and then plummeted and never really, I mean, it's come up, but it's where it is with its all-time high. Yeah, that's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. You know what I mean? So I look at things like that, and then it's also, yeah, you play at your own risk. And at some point you like I said, you come up with your own risk framework, your risk management framework, and you start to figure out how you like to invest, what you're willing to invest in, all that good stuff. That's why I tell you guys, get the books. It's all in the books. Talking about your risk framework, the kind of things that you should consider for your risk framework, all that. Check their partners, but check their partners. Like, go to their partners and see, are they saying they work with them? Right? You want to do that. If they do, and that's good enough for you, then that's your checkbox. So that's something. So I'm not shooting them down. It's just something that I'm looking at it and I'm going, yeah, nah. For me, right? But my biggest issue is, if you're going to be involved in a coin, look at the contract ID so you know you're looking at the right one. That's one of the biggest issues. And I'm going to be totally frank. Some of these coins that people ask me to look at, some of them are pump.fun coins, and I'm like, that's not a real project. No real project starts off as pump.fun. Unless there's somebody like us where we're building out a social media platform. We haven't implemented the coin yet. Okay, that's slightly different. But a project that has a solution that's doing something, I start to think about that. Just saying. A nice Barbaresco. It's really nice. Smooth as a baby's bottom. Love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. What other news do we have? We have Rumble, a social video platform, announced plans to launch a non-custodial Bitcoin wallet in Q3 of 2025, positioning it as an alternative to custodial services like Coinbase, focusing on self-sovereignty. Rumble. It's not a small name. It's not a small name. I want to know why they're launching this wallet. I want to know how they're going to make money off of that wallet. Is it the deals on the back end? Maybe they're doing Transact or something like that, one of the other, on-ramp providers, and they're going to have deals with them. And because everybody wants to know, how does a wallet that you don't have to pay for make money? And it's stuff like that inside the wallet. You want to buy something, they leverage one of those on-ramp companies like a Transact, like others. And that's how they get their money off of those fees. They share in those fees. Absolutely. With SUI, though I know it will eventually go up. Yeah, it will. I honestly believe it. Hold on a second. I need to see something from myself. Just bear with me. There's that 250. Oops. Yeah. Let's go by rank. All right, SUI is at number 12. SUI's all-time high is $5.35. It's got a 0.34 GMB X factor. It's not on your DCA list. I'm curious. Is SUI now on your DCA list, or no? You're just holding on to what you got. Because at some point, I mean, when it went down, I'd have been like, "Oh, I'm getting that." I did, because I want to constantly bring down that number as far as I can, so that it'll. Damn. Okay. All right. I'm gonna leave you alone. I got you. At once. Tell me it wasn't at once. At least tell me it wasn't at once. Tell me it wasn't at once. I need to know. Tell me it wasn't at once. That's another one of my rules. I buy in bite-sized pieces. I don't buy all in one shot. When I first got started, oh man, I was, woo! I thought I was the man. Like, I'm just gonna boom. I thought you broke a rule. I didn't realize you broke some rules. Damn. But yeah, I back in the day, I would just, I have X amount of money to buy into something. And the whole chunk, bam. And it's like, yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. That was a rule that I learned. It was a rule that I learned. And I learned it in the stock market. Because it had gone down a couple of bucks, and I was like, and I don't have any more money to put in. I had money. I was not going to expose myself more, because it went down, and I was like, ugh, like my stomach hurt. My stomach hurt. And as soon as I hit a break even point, and I mean break even, like I had to pay fees on that crap. As soon as I broke even, I was out. And I also got out in one shot. Can you guess what happened? Can you guess? Yeah, it went up. It went up. Yeah. Significantly. So I broke even, got my money back, but that's when I started figuring out, okay, I need to understand my risk framework. I was just learning, so I was unwilling to take that much risk. So, because I was new, wet behind the ears. Psh, I was top of scalp, deep in the water. That's how wet behind the ears I was. So, I had to learn. There are certain things I needed to learn. Some things I was able to glean from off of other people, and other things, well, I learned. Right? And sometimes those lessons came with good outcomes and bad outcomes. I would analyze each and every single outcome that I did. So I took that practice, and when I got into crypto, I took that practice and I came over here with it. And then that's when I started learning about Forex, because I was like, crypto's at the time, crypto's just like Forex. I'm trading different, assets against each other. Aha. As soon as I figured that one out, I was like, oh, okay, I get it now. And then I started getting into the numbers game, and it was like, yeah, no, this is not a numbers thing. Actually, back then it was a numbers thing. And then it started morphing into not being a numbers thing. It started morphing into being a numbers then news. And then news, then numbers, and then just news. And where are we now? News. It hasn't hit that next point where it's news and numbers again. And then that's it. It's news and numbers. Crypto hasn't hit that yet. At the same time, I was heading for the top 10. But again, I broke some rules. Don't say that. Don't say that. I would not say. I'm not going to repeat it. Don't say that. Because it could happen again. It could. We both know. We both know. We've been in this game for a really long time. We both know it could happen again. Not a problem. Easy. Easy. History seems to repeat itself. Yeah, exactly. So I don't tell myself I'm never going to do that again. I say I'm going to try not to do that again. Sometimes I see something hot, like I'll tell you when I broke that rule. SUI. I had a chunk of money and I needed to get in. I got in. Luckily, I haven't regretted it, but that was a broken rule. I analyzed that. I was like, what made me do something stupid like that? It worked, but that's luck. I had done my own research. But I wanted to get in so bad that I didn't pay attention to rule number 2, which is know your entries, know your exits. And which forced me to break rule number 3, which is what? That's right. Absolutely invest deliberately. If you are guessing, you're not absolutely investing deliberately. You're guessing because your gut told you something or your heart told you something. Usually your butt told you something, and that's what you're acting with. So yeah, sometimes the get in eases the mind of missing out, and some people are willing to pay extra for that. Yeah, but that's not following the GMB 3, right? Do your own research, know your entries and exits, and absolutely invest deliberately. And you have to do it in that order. Some people would say, oh, well, I meant to do that. Well, no, you didn't. You have no foundation. You have no basis for wanting to do that deliberately. So for SUI, I wanted to get in at that number. I wanted to get in at that number. I wanted to get in. And by luck, it worked out. Okay? So yeah, I know where Hutanic is coming from. I know how that feels. It's not cute. Damn. Yeah, but will it come back? I think so. I was talking about it earlier today. So they actually are making moves, which makes me believe they could be in a Pokemon deal. Because they made a move they're buying somebody. They made a move. It was some kind of NFT company, but whatever. Or Web3 company. They're making moves that makes me believe, oh, that Pokemon deal can be real. And for them to do that, I think they have other deals on tap, which could be a catalyst for the coin and make it go up. The question really becomes, with SUI being 0.34 GMB X factor, 0.34. So for me, I'm like, oh yeah, it'll get back to that. No doubt, it will get back to that. I mean, it's at $3.98 right now. It's moving. It's making things happen. Another one that's moving that probably everybody's snoring on is Shiba Inu. People are sleeping on Shiba Inu, and it's just trudging along. Just trudging along. I'm holding on to SUI. I DCA into SUI. It's a part of my normal roster now. Because I had said, I'm going to get in. I'm going to create a slot, but it's not going to be in my HODL wallet. It's going to be in my trade wallet. And over time, it's shifted. It shifted. Tonight's question, did you invest in yourself today? 13 votes. Yes. Somebody flat out said no. And somebody else said, I promise to do it today. But I'm saddened by somebody actually saying they didn't do it. Because I would hope that they would say, I promise to do it today. So I'm a little sad about that. Yeah, I'm holding Shib. Because Shib, Shib's been taking care of me. Shib has been showing me some love for a long time. A long time. Floki has even been showing me some love. Let me rephrase. Floki has been showing me love, I want to say, since a week after I got it or something like that. Some crazy thing like that. And it's been fine ever since. And Floki has a GMB X factor of 2.42. I'm just holding on to Floki for right now. Not coin, ditched it. Ditched it. I only have a couple of meme coins left. I'm like, skip that nonsense. I have a big bag of SHIB. Let me tell you something. I love SHIB. I am definitely down with the Shiba army. Definitely. No doubt. No doubt. That's like somebody saying, oh, you're not really down with Cardano. Yeah, all right, bro. There are just certain projects that meet my criteria, my risk framework criteria, and my profitability matrix. They just fit, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's without a doubt. And before I go out and I add things to my HODL wallet, give them a slot, I think about that. Here's a conundrum for me. So I know for a fact that if I have to sell, because the market starts retreating, if I have to sell, I know that I'm going to wind up selling something I like. And it's going to be painful when I do it. I have everything prioritized. So clearly Floki's on that list, right? So I have a couple of things. I have the order of execution that I would do. Do your own research. Know your entries and exits, right? So I did my research. I know my entries and exits. And I always absolutely invest deliberately. So I'd be looking at that and saying, oh man, I'm going to have to give this one up because it's going to come down. Because my plan is, like I said before, my plan is if I'm selling at 100 and it drops to 90, I'm going to take 10% of my earnings, of my profit, and I'm going to put it off to the side as dry powder, a mixture of dry powder and, wet my beak with that. And then the rest of it, I'll buy back in. Right? I'll buy back in because I'll get more for the money. But that's what I do. That's how I look at things. I'm good. I swing traded Solana at 4x profit in January for PaxG. PaxG mooned after that. So overall, it's not bad so far. Yeah. Because Hutanik actually said, I need to know my entries and I need to know my exits. So he knew which one to pull the trigger with, and he knew what his transaction was going to be. So he was literally just waiting for timing. He was just waiting for timing, and that timing popped up. He executed, and now he's a happy camper. Just saying. So I do look at things like that. I really do look at things like that. Something else that I look at. South Africa has implemented the FATF travel rule for digital asset service providers, requiring them to collect and share sender and receiver information on crypto transactions to improve anti-money laundering compliance. Good luck with that. Good luck with that. That's the same thing that the United States wanted to do. Good luck with that. People just won't use the service providers. They'll just go direct. Just saying, that's insane. That's insane. But you need to know what's going on around the world, because other countries will be looking at that. Other countries will be like, oh, they could do that? Will exchanges leave the country? Will they say no? That was supposed to happen in the United States. Yeah. Coinbase has launched a 24/7 trading for Bitcoin and Ethereum futures contracts, marking a major expansion into its crypto derivative surface. Remember they bought Deribit, or they're buying Deribit. Yeah, they're dead serious. It seems like Coinbase is going the idea of, we're going to expand our revenue stream count, but we're expanding in a specific way. Kraken's like, oh, we're going to expand in a specific way. We're going to do this. Kraken's like, yeah, we could expand in the crypto space, but we want to expand outside the crypto space. That's why they bought NinjaTrader. That's also why they did that deal with that neobank. Wow. So yeah, I look at things like that and I just kind of go, you can see the different directions that these companies are going. You can also do the same thing with Ripple and Tether. Tether's investments, Ripple's investments. And you can see how these companies are actually moving. It's very interesting to see that actually play out. ARK Invest CEO Cathie Wood reaffirmed her 700,000 base case price target for Bitcoin, citing accelerating institutional adoption, technological advancements, and Bitcoin's role as a financial hedge. I listened to it. She makes her and her team make really good points. Like, really good points. That's why I was listening to it. Do I subscribe to it? But it's hard. I don't disagree. Like, I can understand the logic, but these things need to happen for that to happen. So it becomes, what are the odds of all of this happening to make that happen? But yeah, the logic was sound. And it's not like what they laid out wasn't anything that was really crazy. And that's what caught my attention, is that they did not lay out anything that's like super crazy, super nuts. So I was digging that. Everything looks good except for Sui and Shib, additionally prepared to hold to the bitter end, because I know they will have their day. Agreed, by the way, agreed. Happy Fry Yay, Captain Banana. And but did you invest in yourself today? I need to know. You know the rule. Circle Network becomes a competitor to Ripple by also providing ODL. What's ODL? What's ODL? They even used Ripple's marketing scheme to do it. What's ODL? On-demand liquidity. Oh, okay. I know I'm a prick, but not everybody's going to know what that means. So I'll put it to you like this. How many times do people use acronyms or abbreviations and forget what the whole word is? It happened to me and Hutanik the other night with repo. Because you say repo to me and I think repossession. Again, I'm a kid from the Bronx. That's how I look at it. So yeah, it's just saying. Circle is hitting back, but I think Circle's going to have to realize that Ripple can offer an amount of. They have $93 billion on tap. I think Ripple's going to come up with a number, and Circle's going to have the conversation. Because Ripple can come up with a number that just you can't say no to. That happens. That actually happens. I constantly invest in myself. I wake up in the morning to your show and keep my phone playing the opening of the NASDAQ. I now have battery issues. Are you blaming me for your battery issues? Is that what you're doing, young lady? Yeah, but being a part of the Circle Alliance, what does that even mean? Is it just a program that Circle has? Ah, thank you. I just learned what ODL meant. See? Sometimes we don't remember. You know, I'm an old man. I don't remember that stuff. And I'm sipping some good. In the wine glass that my daughter got me. Yeah. So yeah, I just look at things, and I just look at things a little bit differently. I can't believe I'm being blamed for battery issues. What other news happened today? Crypto Quant CEO Ki Young-ju revised his market outlook, suggesting institutional inflows are reshaping the crypto market cycle, reducing the severity of typical bear market corrections. That's a good point. Hutenic, I really just want to hit you with a snowball right now. Listen to this question. How crazy is the phrase reverse repurchase? That's like a reverse. I am not reading that. You almost got me though. Go in the corner because you almost got me with that. When you watch these shows, do you listen to some of the things that? It's a teacup handle. It's a Head and Shoulders. Really? Okay. Well, because look, it looks like a teacup handle. I think you're, because you got to come out. I think you're, no, not at all. Or do you mean it's like this? Because it's laying on its side, and some of these things that these people come up with, it's amazing. It really is amazing. And they do it just so that people have to figure it out. And then they act like everybody knows this. It's like a joke on Wall Street to come up with something, to name something. I'm not going through all that nonsense. You done lost your damn mind. I ain't got time for that. Lord knows I ain't got patience for it. Skip that. I'm not trying to learn all this jargon stuff. It's the best reason ever to have battery issues. Please don't take it personally. Oh, I don't. I'm only playing. I'm thrilled that you actually, invest in yourself. You know that. I'm thrilled that people take the time to invest in themselves. That's like a big deal. So many people out there. I was speaking to a guy today. He's a fireman, right? And before he became a fireman, he was working at his dad's body shop. This body shop is no joke. Like, I take my cars there. They do guaranteed work. Like beautiful work. So he's a fireman. Dad's going to give him the business, right? And I was like, all right. And for some reason, we just started talking about, investing. And I was like, yeah, you have to invest. He goes, I do. I max out my 401k. I was like, what does that mean, you max out your 401k? Well, I put in the maximum amount that I can put into a 401k. And I'm like, how much does your employer give you? Do you put more in than your employer will give you? Well, yeah, I max out the 401k. Don't do that. Take the rest of the money and go invest it yourself. Go do that. That's what I told him. I was like, go talk to your financial advisor. He goes, I got a financial planner. I was like, do you? Yeah, it's been a family friend for a long time. Really? Great. And he or she just has you involved in this stuff? You should go find it. You should go research another financial planner, another financial advisor. Go find a real CFA. He was like, huh? I was like, yeah, dude, go do that. Go do that. You'll be happier. Because he was like, well, I'm not really big into stocks. Huh? I have nothing to do with crypto. You serious? It's like, dude. This guy, no, Bitcoin was up today. It was like 103, blah, blah, blah. Like, he was able to tell me what it was. And I'm like, and you're not in it? Well, I don't know anything about it. Buy the book, bro. Buy the book. Learn about it. I get it that the shop makes money. But you're going to want to think about that. You're going to want to think about that if you actually want to do better. My 401k is BTC. I'm not mad about that. 401k is outdated and has massive downside risk. You know what's even worse about 401k? It didn't work. It didn't work. It was an experiment, and the experiment didn't work. Period. And nobody wants to say. Not too many people are saying that out loud, but that's really what it is. It didn't work. So the only way that it works is if you're getting free money from your company or for whoever you work with, and they're matching up to a certain number. Yeah, put it up to that certain number because that's free money that you're getting. That works. The rest of it, yeah, no, go invest that. Go invest that. Go make money off your money. Don't know how to invest it? Go find a CFA that actually understands all of the financial markets, not just stocks, bonds, options, treasuries, Forex and gold, precious metals. Make sure they actually understand crypto. And people are like, why would you do that? Why would I want to get advice from somebody that doesn't understand crypto? Yeah. Yeah, that's a problem for me. That is a problem for me. Anyway, everybody, I'm going to go chill. I got a few more things to work on before I call it a night. 14 votes. 86% of the people out there said yes, they've invested in themselves today. And one person said no, and one person said, I promise to do it today. That's not bad. It's not bad at all. 13 out of 14 people are actually going to invest in themselves. I'll take that as a win. I was hoping for a 100% victory, but I'll take that as a win. I'll take it. As always, everybody, Sunday is the Big Baggers meeting, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you're not a big bagger, you know what to do. Go over to growmybag.tv/sign-up. Go sign up, become a big bagger. Why? We're going to have a lot to talk about. A lot to talk about. Dead serious. We talk about things where we're even beyond the conversations that you see me do, in the night, at night and in the mornings. The Big Baggers meeting is huge. It's a time for all of us to get together on video and discuss things. And of course, facilitated by yours truly. And this week, I think we have much, much, much to discuss. As always, thank you for your time. Thank you for your patience. And always, thank you for your trust. Everybody enjoy the rest of your night. And Captain Banana, my pleasure. Have a good one, everybody. Bye-bye.